This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. Education and health and safety leaders are taking steps to make sure schools throughout the territory are safe for students, faculty, and staff. A series of safety and security tours are now underway. First responding agencies are assessing the safety and security of public school campuses in the event of an emergency, crisis, or threat. The VI Fire Department, Police Department, Rescue, EMS, and the DOE's Facilities Division are all participating in the tours. It comes on the heels of the recent mass shooting in Uvalde, Texas, which claimed the lives of 19 students and 2 teachers. We're told this is the first of what will become annual campus tours organized for the sole purpose of identifying and addressing potential security weaknesses on VI school campuses. Until now, campus tours have focused on maintenance and environmental issues. They'll eventually develop a unified response plan for each school, and when the security assessments are completed, findings will be shared publicly. On St. Thomas, through VIPD's Operation Gridlock, police seize a gun and drugs during a traffic stop. The 2 people charged are identified as 39-year-old Craig King and 35-year-old Latoya Daniel. On Tuesday, members of the Virgin Islands Police Department's Operation Gridlock Task Force were conducting traffic enforcement on Reimer Highway. They stopped a vehicle around 4:30 p.m. because it didn't have a license plate on the front, and they say they smelled a strong odor of marijuana. Officers searched the vehicle and found an unlicensed firearm with an obliterated serial number and a large quantity of marijuana. Police say King was wearing an ankle bracelet for a previous crime. It was in violation of the terms of his release. His passenger, Daniel, refused to take ownership of the unlicensed firearm, so both suspects were placed under arrest for constructive possession of an unlicensed firearm and possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute. Their bond was set at $75,000 each. VIPD is now rolling out its Operation Gridlock after Operation Python earlier this year turned out to be a huge success in getting a number of illegal guns and drugs off the streets of the Virgin Islands. The party started on St. John. St. John Celebration 2022 is well underway, with Village Nights kicking off the festivities on Thursday. And there are a lot of events on tap, so the Department of Public Works wants folks to know about road closures so drivers can avoid specific areas. They're now on your screen. Village Nights are Thursday through Monday from 6 p.m. until 2 o'clock in the morning. Juve and Wet Fet are set for Saturday from 6 o'clock in the morning until 10 a.m. For this, North Shore Road, starting at Mongoose Junction, will be closed. And that's the same route for the parade, which will be on Monday, July 4th, and it's going to take place from noon until 5 p.m. And I'm sure all those events are sure to be a great time on St. John. An historic first on the nation's high court. This Thursday, Ketanji Brown Jackson was sworn in as the first Black female justice and the first former public defender to serve on the Supreme Court. Bree Jackson reports from Washington.
I, Ketanji Brown Jackson, do solemnly swear.
A glass ceiling shattered. With her family watching and her husband holding the Bible for the swearing in, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson becomes the first Black female on the Supreme Court.
Pleased to welcome Justice Jackson to the court and to our common calling.
Jackson once served as a clerk for Justice Stephen Breyer. He's officially stepped down after serving nearly 3 decades on the high court. His final term included dissenting on controversial decisions to expand gun rights and overturn Roe v. Wade. A ruling that sparked protests nationwide and criticism from President Biden overseas, now saying he supports eliminating the filibuster to codify abortion rights.
We've been a leader in the world in terms of personal rights and privacy rights. And it is a mistake, in my view, for the Supreme Court to do what it did.
The Supreme Court delivering another blow to the Biden administration Thursday, ruling to curb the EPA's authority to limit greenhouse gas emissions from existing power plants.
It's a loss of the federal government's ability to regulate climate change.
Justice is also handing the Biden administration and Democrats a victory by shutting down a Trump-era program designed to restrict immigration at the southern border.
A decision on the Remain in Mexico program, unexpected, but we will take it.
Justice Jackson taking on an historic role on the high court at a divisive time. In Washington,
COVID-19 cases remain steady territory-wide, although we are seeing a bit of a spike. Health officials are currently tracking 233 active COVID cases territory-wide, with 170 on St. Croix right now, 50 on St. Thomas, and a jump with 13 currently on St. John. More than half of U.S. workers are now working from home, at least part-time. That's according to the management consulting company McKinsey. They released the results of their survey, which found 58% of Americans reported having the opportunity to work from home at least one day a week, and 35% of workers have the option of working from home 5 days a week. 58% equates to 92 million workers in all kinds of jobs from every part of the country and from every sector of the economy. McKinsey says the survey shows flexible work is no longer a temporary pandemic response. And when people have the chance for flexible work, 87% of them take it. The Muppets are promoting vaccination against COVID-19 for young kids. The nonprofit educational group behind Sesame Street released a PSA in which Elmo, of course, he's the 3.5-year-old furry red guy on Sesame Street, and he has just gotten vaccinated. Moderna and Pfizer's vaccines got emergency use approval in the U.S. this month for kids as young as 6 months old. A Sesame Workshop spokeswoman says they hope the PSA will inspire parents and caregivers across the nation to speak with their healthcare providers and seek out information to learn about how the vaccines can keep young kids and their families healthy. The episode has caused some controversy, though, among some viewers. Demand for abortion pills is growing right now following the U.S. Supreme Court's decision on abortion rights. One telehealth company says the demand has more than doubled since the ruling. But what are experts saying about the risk? Our USVI News' Haley Potter reports.
The Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade is putting the spotlight on abortion pills.
Medication abortion has opened up the options for individuals who are in need of abortion care.
Instead of having a surgical procedure, medication abortion is a method to end pregnancy by taking a combination of pills approved by the Food and Drug Administration. The first pill is called mifepristone, and the second pill is called misoprostol. The FDA says both are safe and effective for up to 11 weeks after the first day of the last menstrual period.
It's extremely safe. It's safer than Viagra. It's safer than most of the over-the-counter painkillers, for example.
Sourcing medication abortion pills online is safe if the pills are sourced from reputable outlets.
Hey Jane, a telehealth organization that delivers medication abortion pills in some states, says the average patient demand has more than doubled compared to last month following the High Court's ruling. A similar organization, Aid Access, says demand began growing even earlier in May when a Supreme Court draft opinion was leaked.
We have seen an incredible increase of requests of help. People are really, really scared.
Some anti-abortion advocates say the next battle over abortion rights may be over access to these abortion pills, with some Republican governors already signaling they'll take action to block access to abortion pills.
We don't believe it should be available because it is a dangerous situation for those individuals.
Haley Potter, USVI News.
And Planned Parenthood has a list of where to find these types of pills on their website.